Hi, folks. Nick Tucker with Nick Knows Nerf. Before we get into this program, like all of my programs, I just want to put a shout out to the Independent Creator Directory. That's indiecd.org, your one-stop shop for the best and the brightest authors, artists, and musicians. They sponsor this program and basically everything I do. Go there to find the best creators you can. And if you're a creator looking for a host, go there. Using code podcast1, the first 100 people will be able to get half off on their membership. Now, getting into the serious matters at hand, we have to talk because I've been on a journey. The Siren Maulr came to me months ago in concept because I saw the welcome video that many other people saw, and about halfway through, I was on my phone going to the site to pre-register. At the same time, I reached out to Siren as a small YouTuber wanting to promote their products, asking for a media kit. Certainly would accept any donations to review, and I just wanted to make a community. And the reason why is I feel that the Siren Maulr is one of those blasters that upset the industry. We've had a couple that hit that really changed the ballpark. The first that springs to mind is the Nexus Pro. The Nexus Pro brought professional, pro level blasting down to the masses. I mean, it really brought it mainstream in Walmart. But Nexus Pro was doing things, they were just tweaking, getting better with what they do. And out of nowhere comes this little tiny company called Siren. Now, they're tied to LaserX, so they are established, but not in the foam flinging community, with this incredible sounding blaster that allegedly has adjustable output, so you can decide how hard you want it to hit 3 notches, and runs off of Talon compatible mags, half darts, their own proprietary new half dart that you can use or discard. Friends, this was intriguing. This jump started. I really believe the Maulr being released is what jump started the next wave of pro blasters, especially out of Nerf. I think that the torrent and the sender got pushed up directly because of the threat that the Siren Maulr was represented. Now, I had problems trying to go through this site on set. I'm going to be honest. I pre-ordered. I set up I wanted to price out how much it was going to be for all 3, being the Blink, the Maulr, and the Gnarl. Interesting names, by the way. And it would not let me pull those off my cart when I realized that was more than I could afford to spend with the shipping. I could only pick one, and I went with the Maulr because I thought that was, in many ways, the flagship. For me, the definitive Nerf blaster as a primary has to be the pump action, magazine-fed blaster. That format has just become the face of blasting. Now, I'm going to be doing tests on what's coming down the pipe because there's a lot of accusations, but this is just the unboxing and the history. So this is part 1 of a 2-part video. I contacted a wonderful gentleman, and we were discussing, what I could do, how we could sync up, and then Siren went silent for months, and it was very, very scary because for me, $50 is a huge amount of money. $50 floating that was there, but it wasn't. So I waited for months and months, and then when they went to pull it out of my account, my bank flagged it as possibly a fraudulent withdrawal. I went in to unflag it, and they couldn't pull it. So I went, okay, there's a problem. Reached out because I wanted this thing. And it had been delayed for months, and I was anxious. And then I find out that Target was getting it in about 2 weeks later. For all the pre-launch stuff, for it to be released 2 weeks later. So, since it had glitched, tragically, I had to buy mine through Target, which cost Siren, whatever the difference in direct fees are. But it is here. And I'm actually anxious to unbox it. I had to open the outer box. Usually I don't unbox like the Amazon box or whatever that comes through. But I had to because I had other things ordered, and I had to make sure that I didn't want to open up a box of art supplies or something silly like that. So we had the box. And I still haven't heard back from the company, Siren. I'm a little nervous. I want to hear back because I want to work with any small independent company that challenges the big guys to help keep competition going. I never want one company to be the sole domination of the blaster field. And it's certainly not without having the absolute best materials, which right now Dark Zone has. I mean, let's be honest. Here, from my understanding, a lot of Dark Zone's blasters are simply superior. However, I do quite like the Nerf offerings. It's not a popular topic, but I want to cut this, and when I use my unboxing spoon, you know, the green neck spoon that I carry everywhere I go, you know, the one that YouTube is not overly fond of? Okay. I want to be able to open this, but I want to show you this. Wow. This is the Maulr in box. Now, I'm intrigued by one thing. This box is substantially smaller than than other blasters of this level. I mean, for example, well, you know, I'm going to unbox it, and then I'll hold up the other blasters because I've got my Nexus Pro X right there to compare size. But this blaster, given that there's packaging, I cut this, so I know I cut that. Did I, or did I cut the side? Yes, this is Pro. Nick, you need an overhead cam. Yes, Nick, you need to do your study up. Yes. This is the box. And tell me this isn't the sexiest way of packing something I've seen in a long time. I really do love this packaging method. It kind of speaks to me. But enough dawdling. Let's see. There's a flap here. Can I get these flaps? Watch. I won't have the finger. Okay, I can get that flap off. I can tell the shape of the blaster, which is really nice. I can get this guy off. I like these things, actually. If I don't use them to keep this blaster in this box, which, you know, with me, who knows, I may really kind of just hold on to these because it's a quite a nice closure system. Of course, I'm going to use my unboxing spoon, and again, YouTube gets cranky, so I try to keep my unboxing spoon's use off the edge because now this is not speaking ill of the blasters. Please remember that I have severe nerve damage in my hands, which means very often on a bad day I can't do certain things like operate a pair of scissors. That really felt like a hefty hinge, and I'm starting to wonder if I should have just left those pieces on, but it's a little late. Yeah, okay, that's fine. I'm not worried. So you're getting the live, well, recorded live unboxing. I'm excited about this blaster. And I will come back, like I always do, and answer questions either here or on my morning show, which is a little more random. Did I get everything? Yes, I did. Oh, it's still hinged. Nice. Put the unboxing spoon away. And let's open. Oh, friendos. This is a sexy little beast, ain't it? Pardon me, what does it come with? It comes with, you know what? I'm going to grab that last. Some nice sights. Oh, no. Okay. This is a dedicated, looks like a one-time in kind of sight. Little crosshair, which is tragic, because if this had a full Picatinny rail, and these were Picatinny, I would be ordering more of them, because I like that style of crosshair. And a hollow forward sight. I do like that. Now, this comes with branded. Ooh, look, they're branded. Yeah, I don't know if you can see it, but it does say Siren, and it gives a pressure rating. So these guys are the real deal. iPro. Now I wear prescription goggles when I blast, so I'm not too worried about that because I have to see. 10 of their new solid core polypropylene, I believe, expanded polypropylene, which I find interesting, being that as a swordmaster who teaches with polypropylene trainers, that's an interesting choice. The diameters, I mean, they're very stout. There's no squish. And the tips feel hard like an elite Nerf Elite, but more rigid. That's interesting because I can see holding these instantly why they wouldn't fire out of the flywheeler. This tip geometry is way too smooth. I probably won't use these much, if at all, because I tend to fire all my darts, all my blasters with the same basic darts. The dart zone halflings either the dart zone halflings you get at Walmart, or the X-Shot red ones. I like the red ones because they're a little easier to find in the yard. This, as it's mine, will probably get run with dart, miscellaneous darts, the Nerf darts, the dart zone darts, my own home cut down darts. We'll see what this thing will eat and how well it performs. And I'm looking at the mag, and it certainly looks like Talon compatible. I don't know if non-dart, like this will take Talon mags. I don't know if this mag is going to play nice, but it does have a couple neat features. And yes, I'm going over the small stuff first. If you look, let me get it. You can see right there the mark for 5 darts left, and then the full line is, let me move it, see if I can say, right here. Can I adjust the light? I don't know if you can see it, but there it is. You can see it. 10. So you can actually filling it and keep track. This is a little quality of life feature I wish all magazines had. I love these translucent, transparent mags. I know they're not quite as sturdy, but this feels pretty sturdy. There's a little bit of flex, but it's a whole lot sturdier than the old Dart Zone mags. And I got one of those that I can bring up. Now, I've played around with you guys enough. I've played around with myself enough here. I'm going to grab the rule book and see what it has to say. And I am going to grab out the beautiful, much awaited Maulr. Okay, first impressions. Much shorter than I expected. Much blockier. This grip is a little. Now, I don't have small hands compared to most normal humans. I forget that I have associated with so many giant people that my scale is off, But this is very blocky. I'll be frank; it's not terribly comfortable. You can get in there, but it does sort of have a dig to it. So the I look at the cross section of this. It's square. There is no ergonomics. I mean, it locks. I'm not going to say it doesn't lock. I don't feel like I'm going to slip. And while it's a separate piece of plastic here, it is not any different. So it's very smooth. Now, we have what I would wager to be a safety. It is not ambidextrous, which is for me a mark against things because I am an ambidextrous shooter. But okay, I can work it with my right thumb, which I assume is the intent. Can I do the left finger trick? Not bad. I can do it, but I'll have to check which position is on and off. It has the squeeze in. Oh, okay, that's not bad at all. So you can I have to look which way is heavier or softer. The muzzle is technically, it's an orange muzzle. That's legal, but I would say, the good thing is this does not have a profile that actually looks real steel at all. The stock is incredibly comfortable. So because of the force that this represents, normally I would fire this off in here. And I will probably do a lot of firing with this in the sequel video, but I wanted to unbox it and do my first impressions. Let's see, okay. I'm doing it right so that you can see this is how they want you to see it. Thumb control for the target. Bam. Tuck that elbow. Guys, don't chicken wing your blasters. That's not bad. Let's go lefty, because this is where it's going to live, and that's not bad. How's the... Ooh. Oh my gosh. Okay. The mag release is... Okay. Is that flared? It is not quite flared, but it is very, very receptive. So let's grab... Hold on. I need to borrow you. This is an old school dart zone from one of my Nexus Pros, the cheapos. This is why I'm not complaining. I just want to see if it will take this. Oh no. Oh no. What do we have here? Is it fibbing to me? Oh wait, this is... I may have to check other magazines because this does not like this. That's a concern. That will be a beast of a concern. But the old Dart Zone mags have a funky shape that I have to remember. So, wait a second. If I come over here and get one of the new ones out of my 3D printed. Okay. It doesn't like the old ones, which is fairly common. Plays nice. Plays nice with the 12s. Not a problem. This is important. I like to know what blasters eat what magazines. Now we'll put you back where you live in this beautiful blaster that's slightly damaged. When I repair it, I'll do a review. Don't worry. Okay. I'm going to have to load it up, but there's a problem with this. It is so powerful that I don't want to make a mistake. And considering it has this warning, which should come across, do not fire at objects closer than 25 feet. What this means is this bad boy, and it is a bad boy, is too beastly. So the outside range of your backyard, your basement blasting is about 25 feet. Really, it's about 5 yards. Not 5 yards. Shoot. We'll say 10 yards. 10 yards to 30 feet. Inside of that, you should not be using this at all. This is not to be used in the house at all, which is why I have to wait till daylight to test it or give you a part 2. But do I have a absolute junk dart floating around? Can I make a junk dart? Oh no! All my boxes, my cutter is no longer here. But I'm really anxious to fire this guy off, but I can't. It's been storming so bad. So three measures, and I'm going to set this down. We're going to have a brief blink, and then we're going to be right back for the second part of this thing. So we're going to pause this. Hi. Okay, we're back, part of the jump cut. I wanted to check this out, and what they say is you can adjust it, but they failed to tell you which way the power levels are or what each mark represents, how many feet. So I will be probably trying to contact them. Do they give me a help us at sirenblasters.com? Well, I have had this for some time, and I've had a little bit of it, but I have the number. Well, that's a different number than I expected. Good to know. So I might try that number since my mails haven't gone through. And here's that number if you guys need it. Because I really want to support these folks. I really want to support them, but they have to give me something. And not freebies. I mean, I will take freebies, but that's not what I'm after. What I'm after is support. And I want, like I said, I want both. That's part of why there'll be a second. So we have 2 grooves at the top here that are not even. I find that interesting. And I'm assuming we just go bonk, because it doesn't tell you what to do with that. And then this is a little, I mean, does it? Well, it might lock. Let's see what it does. It's snug, but doesn't have a retention screw or anything. A little disappointed. Sight picture. Sight picture is not that bad. What's nice is, and it's the thing you appreciate, that little hole in the center, not being a solid circle, but being a hole within a hole, means that you can actually still see a piece of whatever you're aiming at, because this is actually going to have to be very much a ranged blaster. My first point of concern, I don't know if that's M-Lock compatible. There are these little grooves. And if they're M-Lock compatible, I'm going to have to get a swivel for a 1-point sling. Because as a primary, this is great, but you have to, if they get within a certain amount of reach, get in within that 25 feet, you have to be able to drop this and transition to something else to be safe at that range. And it's interesting because I'd love to know what the minimum range on the Gnarl is. Because one would think the Gnarl would be the backup to this. But still, I am looking forward to checking the range effectiveness on this in the same test I use all my blasters, which is a dart zone or X shot dart, load a magazine up, aim. Oh, excuse me, my Iron Man light is on. Aim and fire a level shot in my backyard. There's a slight hump to it. That's okay. A little bit of a hill, but then I pace it out, and that tells me how far each one shoots. I average out the distances. Not bad. I am eager to play with this, but like I said, it's a daytime only blaster, so I'm going to have to wait, which means sadly so are you. Why does this matter? Why am I so excited? Why did I go out of my way for this blaster? Well, one, for this kind of performance, when you're looking at allegedly 200 feet performance, you're going to find that that price tag is usually a lot more than 50. And this came out before the big onslaught of the Torrent and the Sender and the X lines. I think this came out before or right around when the Nexus X and Aeon Nexus Pro X and Aeon Pro X were released. Now, I've not had any of the Ions, but I do have the Nexus Pro. Whoops. Which just lost its goofy. Quintessentially silly, but I want to hold these two up in comparison here. Look at the difference. You're looking at, assuming I'm using the B-car, which why wouldn't I? About a 6-8 inch difference. I will also tell you that this weighs more than, this is a little heavier. So it's stout and heavy. I find that interesting. But I'm going to run this, and that is going to be its chief competitor. Now, I want to see, at the end of the day, which is a better blaster, the Siren or the Pro X. So what I will do is a side-by-side comparison, folks. I think that's the best way to look at it, and we'll get the answer to this, because this is something I waited for, and I think this is what jump-started Nerf. It jump-started further jump-started Dark Zone to step up their game. This made ripples. Now, I don't own the Maulr. I don't own the Gnarl, and I don't own the Blink. I would very much like to own either or both of those, because I'd like to review them side by side against their main competition, because no one's doing that. What I see is all these blasters get reviewed in a void. Very rarely do you get to go side by side with what you're finding. This did make one cardinal mistake. Before I get any further, they made the cardinal mistake that any mag style blaster can. It came with one mag. Don't cheap out, folks. And this is to the companies, all of you. Never put out a blaster that's designed to be rapidly reloaded. Oh, that got clunky. Ooh, I did not like that. Yeah, because when I found something right at the end. The way it's pinned together, right? It clips together, right? One, it is locked in, right? You're going to put your finger on this little trigger of probably your lead hand, and you're going to drop down, which is fine unless you get too low with it or too far on the outside. You're going to be popping that. That's odd. Now, it is one of the smoothest loads I've seen, and as somebody who is an appreciator of a good bullpup, this is a good bullpup in design. Wish the grip were a little more rounded. The front grip's actually fabulous. And I do wish that they told me, I know this is medium, but I don't know if this hits harder or this hits harder. So I will ask, because that should have been on their thing. But guys, like I said, they didn't mark safe for fire. But down, which is kind of how you want it, I think, knocks the safety off. And that's actually not too bad. I don't like having to release that much, but if I can do that left-handed like so, there's just a bit of a knurl. Not bad. All that's waited is for the next section of this video. You guys have stuck around, and I appreciate it. If you want to see more content like this, Please like, share, and subscribe to this channel. I do a lot more other things on it. And remember that, blasting, like all great things, shouldn't be expensive. It should be fun. And guys, get foam flinging. I'll see you for the next episode a little later.